Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. As the winter holiday ends, millions of primary and secondary school students in China prepare for a new semester, though many do so reluctantly. Social media is flooded with short videos titled "I refuse to go back to school," reflecting students' mixed feelings about campus life. At the same time, comparisons between China's rigorous education system and Western happy education continue to spark debate. So, what is China's basic education really like? Is it truly as stressful as people claim? China mandates 9 years of compulsory education, with near-universal enrollment rates. However, despite reforms like the double reduction policy designed to ease student workload and limit after-school tutoring, many parents argue that these changes have only shifted academic pressure rather than alleviating it. Starting today, we will explore China's preschool, compulsory, and high school education in a 3-part series, offering insights into the realities, challenges, and ongoing debates surrounding China's education system. Parent WeChat groups, a communication tool or an added burden? With the rise of social media, class WeChat groups have become standard for communication between teachers and parents. Australia has similar WhatsApp groups, but in China, these groups often become a shared burden for both parents and teachers. Teachers use these groups to post assignments, event notifications, and fee collection reminders. In some cases, they even mention parents, calling out students for misbehavior or publicly announcing exam scores. This kind of public shaming puts immense pressure on parents, especially those whose children struggle academically or frequently break school rules. Moreover, these groups blur the boundaries between teachers and parents. Many parents habitually reach out to teachers at all hours, whether after work or even late at night, essentially forcing teachers to be on call 24/7. The double reduction policy, a real relief or just a shift in burden? In 2021, China's Ministry of Education introduced the double reduction policy, capping written homework at 60 minutes for primary school students and 90 minutes for middle schoolers, while eliminating written homework for first and second graders. At first glance, this seemed to reduce academic pressure, but in practice, it has merely shifted the burden from schools to parents. While the policy explicitly forbids schools from assigning homework to parents, enforcement is difficult. Many schools now label homework as family supervision, requiring parents to help their children memorize vocabulary and classical Chinese poems. Failure to recite them correctly in class can lead to public shaming in WeChat groups, increasing parental stress. With less written homework, schools have also introduced social experience assignments, such as visiting historical sites and participating in extracurricular activities, many of which demand parents' time and financial resources. Once optional, these activities are now essential for school participation quotas, forcing reluctant parents to comply. As a result, instead of relieving pressure, the policy has made parents more involved in their children's education than ever before. The pressure is even greater for parents tutoring their own children, especially as competition for elite high schools remains fierce. Many parents, particularly those with bachelor's or master's degrees, take a hands-on approach to ensure academic success. However, they soon realize that knowing a subject doesn't equate to teaching it effectively. Frustration builds as they struggle to pinpoint their children's knowledge gaps, turning study sessions into emotional battlegrounds. Social media is filled with videos of parents breaking down over homework, with some even ending up hospitalized from stress. This situation, both comical and distressing, highlights the helplessness and anxiety parents face under China's education system. The urban-rural education divide and the neglect of special needs children. In major cities, parents go to great lengths to ensure quality education for their children. Meanwhile, in rural and smaller cities, compulsory education often feels more like a formality. Many children are left in the care of grandparents, whose outdated educational views and generation gap make it difficult to connect with the younger generation. This frequently results in rebellious behavior, truancy, internet addiction, and even delinquency. Many rural students drop out after middle school and enter the workforce or become local gang members. Additionally, despite China's high compulsory education enrollment rates, children with disabilities remain largely excluded from mainstream education. Many parents, upon arriving in Australia, are surprised by the number of students with ADHD, autism, speech disorders, Down syndrome, and other conditions in schools. In China, these children seem almost invisible. Some parents fear that special needs children will disrupt the class and affect their own child's learning. Some schools avoid accepting them to maintain high graduation and exam pass rates. Even if they do enroll, they are often classified as visiting students, meaning their grades and attendance records are tied to another school. Some children, particularly those from underprivileged families with intellectual disabilities, never receive any education at all and are completely overlooked by society. Next, we'll dive into China's high school system and exam-driven learning. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed this content, like, comment, and share. See you next time.